of April of 2021, more money has gone into stock-based funds over the past 5 months than the previous 12 years combined, according to Bank of America. In raw numbers, $569 billion have flowed into global equity funds since November, compared to the $452 billion going back to the beginning of the 2009 to 2020 bull run. The retail investor has even been popularized by sites like Reddit or apps like Robinhood. There was stimulus money, work from home setups, and a lot of curiosity. Unfortunately, most of these retail investors just assumed they were going to get rich. Then 2022 happened, and markets came back to reality. And now most of those new investors in 2020 and 2021 are calling the stock market a scam. And it's due to one thing, a lack of education. Investing is complicated. If you don't read and educate, you're not going to understand why the markets are doing what they're doing, and you're going to make the wrong moves. This is why I hate the question, what stock should I pick? I get this question quite a bit, and it's not the right one to ask for many reasons. And if I had a penny for every time I received this question, I would become a billionaire. Let's play out an example of this. And before we get started, make sure to go like this video below and smash, pound, and obliterate the big red subscribe button below. This is the only way I can continue to make these weekly videos, so I truly appreciate that. Okay, so our example. We are going to use Sean as an example, and no, this is nobody I know, just the first name that came to mind. Shout out to Wealth Dad. Or maybe I am lying. Let's say on January 1st, 2022, Sean asks, what stock should I pick? I say straight up Apple. No questions first, no context, nothing. Just Apple. FYI, I would never really say this. So 100% of Sean's investments are now in Apple. Year to date, Sean is down 35%. Sean has no idea why he is in Apple or even what the company does. And of course, he probably does know what Apple does in real life, but this is just an example. In most examples of companies, the investor does not have any idea of what they truly do. Sean doesn't know the fundamentals of Apple. Sean doesn't know who the company management is. Sean doesn't know anything about Apple. So he freaks out and sells at a 35% loss. He hits the sell button, which realizes that loss, although he could have held through the storm, not sold, and it only be an unrealized loss. But Sean likes violence, and so he realizes his loss. Sean gets mad at me for recommending Apple, only to go ask the next internet guru which stock to pick, because in his mind, Budget Dog isn't a good stock picker. Sound familiar? Let's do this again. On January 1st, 2022, Sean asks, what stock should I pick? I say, it depends. I don't know your goals, your situation, your risk meter, your age, etc. Sean doesn't invest in Apple this time, but he's still frustrated and moves on to the next internet guru to ask the same question. Sean didn't want to take the time to learn and educate on how the markets actually work, or how he can build a portfolio that actually fits his situation, or understand how to manage his own portfolio. This is why Sean is failing with money and why he is running backwards and losing in the meantime. None of his money is compounding, and he is quickly falling behind as he chases that money. Sean isn't asking the right questions. Smart people aren't smart because they know more. Smart people are smart because they ask better questions. By asking the right questions, Sean would have learned there are multiple asset classes, not just stocks. Sean would have learned there are multiple investment type products. Sean would have learned how to assess his risk profile. Sean would have learned about dollar cost averaging. Sean would have learned that it's really tough to beat the market. Sean would have learned that time and contributions are the most important factors of investing, not mooning into GameStop or AMC. Sean would have learned how to select portfolios in his various accounts for different goals. I can assure you that he didn't know that investments are bought within different types of accounts for different reasons. He didn't even think about account type. Just instantly went to, how do I buy stocks? Sean would have learned how to manage his own portfolio once selecting the right assets within each account. And this is exactly why it all begins with the questions that you ask. You have to ask bigger questions. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. The stock market is no different. I'm here to teach and educate, not shill some stock pick with no context. This route will never work and has a high probability for failure. So please stop asking this question. Bad questions get bad results. If you truly want to educate yourself, check out my Investing 101 ebook link in the caption below, and I hope this clarifies why I don't answer this question directly ever. With that being said, I appreciate all your support. If you ever need anything from me, you know where to find me, and I will talk to you in the next video.